Hello and welcome to another Tunisian crochet stitch pattern tutorial. This stitch pattern tutorial is very similar to what we've learned a few weeks ago, where it was lace which was very open and airy, perfect for spring and summer accessories and garments. Today I'm bringing you a modification of that stitch pattern where we make the lace a little bit more dense. So if you don't like it too airy, this would be the stitch pattern for you. Without further ado, let's dive in. So this is my little swatch that I've created a little bit earlier. For this tutorial, I'll be using a 6mm Tunisian crochet hook and worsted weight yarn. So we will start with a slip knot, and then we will start with chains. So to chain, I'm sure you know, but just for those who are completely new to Tunisian crochet and crochet, you will yarn over the hook and pull through the loop on the hook. That's your chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the basic stitch pattern repeat is worked over a multiple of 5 plus 2. So I'm going to do a few more multiples. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and I'm going to do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and don't forget we need to add 2 at the end. Then we will start working the foundation row in Tunisian crochet. So we will work into the back bumps of your chain stitches, which is here. So you need to turn your chains around and work from front to back through the back bump, yarn over and pull up a loop. So you will start with the second back bump from the hook or second chain from the hook, and you will repeat this for every chain that you've just made. And this is also known as the forward pass of Tunisian crochet, where you add loops on the hook. So each loop corresponds to a stitch. So I've done 3 multiples of 5 plus 2. So I have 15 plus 2, so that's 17 chains that correspond to 17 stitches, and at the end of the forward pass or foundation row you should have, or I should have rather, 17 loops on my hook. Okay, so I've got my loops on the hook, and now we will start with the stitch pattern. So this will start on the return pass where we recreate the basic shells. So this is the same as during the basic shell stitch pattern tutorial. So we will first yarn over the hook, pull up a loop. This is also known as a chain 1. Then we will chain 2, 1 and 2. And then we will need to yarn over and pull through 6 loops. So you will yarn over and pull through 6 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we will chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then we yarn over and pull through 6 loops again. Yarn over and pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, again chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we can do one more yarn over and pull through 6 loops, yarn over and pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you have your last 2 loops on the hook, that's where the stitch pattern or the stitch pattern repeat finishes. You will then chain 2 more, 1 and 2, and yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. Okay, so the stitch pattern for the return pass of the foundation row or row number 1 is chain 4, yarn over, pull through 6, across until you have last 2 loops left on the hook. You will then chain 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So then for the forward pass of the row number 2, we will be working into the chain stitches. We will go into the chain from front to back, and this is the front loop of the chain. So each chain, if you look at the chains from the top, they have the front loop and they have also the back loop. Okay, so you'll be going through the front loop from front to back. Yarn over and pull up a loop. And then when you get to the top of the shell, you will work through the loop that encloses the shell as well. Then we had 4 chains, so we will work into 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, and 4, top of the shell, and so on across the row. Like so. Then I've got 2 more chains, 1 and 2, and then we have the end stitch. So for the end stitch we work something ever so slightly different, because we will be creating the left edge of your project. So you will turn the work around, and then you will see that there are 2 loops of the edge stitch, one on the right, one on the left, or if you're looking at it from the front, one at the front and one at the back. So you will go with your hook under both of these loops, yarn over and pull up a loop, and that's your end stitch or left edge stitch. Okay, so now we will work the standard return pass, which is yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and continue working yarn over, pull through 2 across the row. Okay, so what we will do now, we will in each of these stitches that we just worked for the row number 2, we will pick up a Tunisian simple stitch in every of the front vertical bar. So Tunisian simple stitch is worked by inserting the hook from right to left under the front vertical bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. That's Tunisian simple stitch, and we will work 1 Tunisian simple stitch in every of the stitch that we picked up in the chains and top of the shells in the row below. Okay, like so. And the end stitch as well. Okay, so this is the forward pass of row number 3. And then for the return pass, we will repeat the return pass of row number 1. Okay, so we will work first chain 1, or yarn over, pull through 1, 2 more chains, then we will yarn over, pull through 6 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then we will chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, yarn over, pull through 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, pull through 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once we get to the last 2 loops, we will chain 2, 1 and 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, and this is the basic row pattern repeat. So you will then repeat row number 2 and row number 3 for the length of your project. The next segment, I will show you how to bind off the project. Welcome back for the bind off. So after you've done your row pattern repeat of rows number 2 and 3, you will then work row number 2 once more. So that's the row where you pick up stitches in chains and top of the shells. And the next row will be the bind off row, and we will work Tunisian simple stitch bind off. So this fits into the pattern really nicely, because the next row would naturally be row 3, which is the Tunisian simple stitch. So it will maintain the flow of the stitch pattern and row pattern without having the last row kind of disjointed from the rest of the pattern, which often happens if you have a different stitch pattern and add a Tunisian simple stitch bind off. So this will be worked by inserting the hook from right to left under the next front vertical bar, yarn over and pull up a loop, and pull through the loop on the hook. Okay, again, insert the hook from right to left, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through the loop on the hook. And you will go along the row, bind off every stitch, including the end stitch. A few more stitches. I've got one more stitch and the end stitch. So I've got the end stitch here, under there, pull through. You can then cut your yarn and pull it through. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed today's quick tutorial, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.